Hey, ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention up here? Guys, to kind of expand on what we did last week, and we're dealing with factoring with A terms, sometimes you've got to, like as we're going through the process here, just off in the corner of this paper, I'm going to use to kind of introduce this for 7-6. First thing you want to do is factor out the GCF. What's GCF mean? Greatest common factor. That's the first thing you should look for. And then look at factor using, I'll just put the X there, the diamond method or the box method, however. So on all of these, the first thing you need to ask yourself, for instance, on number 1 here, is there something that goes into 2, 4, and 16? 2 does. So the first step is to pull out that 2. 2 times what is 2x squared? It's x squared. 2 times what is 4? 2. And 2 times what is 16?
8.
Okay. And then from there, that's when you focus in just on this piece right here. Okay. We're not worried about the 2 on the outside right now. We're just focusing in on that. And so 2 things that multiply to make 1 times negative 8 and add to 2 are positive 4 and negative 2. So you get x minus 2 and x plus 4. Okay. And then you just bring down the 2. You factored it now. Okay. Now remember, if a wasn't 1 right here, we'd have to divide by a. Okay, so all of you that had your hands up, I'm guessing that was part of our concern there. Okay? Keep working through it. Okay. Hey guys, number 2. For those of you struggling on it, I'm going to walk through it. Remember, first step, after you realize 5, 21, and 18, there's nothing that goes into all of them, no greatest common factors. Identify A, B, and C is our next step. Okay, then we're multiplying A by C. And then pulling B. 2 things that multiply to make 90 and add to 21. Anyone know that? What's that? 6 and 15? Seems like it works. 15 times 6? I don't think that'll... Oh, yeah. Yep. No, unbelievable. Okay. I shouldn't have doubted Logan. You get x plus 6 then. And x plus 15. Hey, quick place where you guys make mistakes now. Don't forget to divide by a. That's our last step. So we got to take and divide by that thing at the end. Over here, we didn't have to do that because a was 1. So technically when you divide by a, you get the same exact thing. But here you got to divide by that 5. If it reduces, great. If it doesn't reduce, you just pull it out there. You get 5x plus 6. In this case, it reduces. 5 goes into 5 once and into 15 3 times, so you get x plus 3. Remember, it can be in either order, so you could either have x plus 3 times 5x plus 6, or what we have. In this case, it's that. Keep working through them there. Keep asking questions. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, can I have your attention up here? Hey, right here. You're on number 3. Notice we list our A, B, and C. We get A times C and then B. When you go through and try to figure out factors of 252, you're doing like 252 divided by 2 and you get 128. 2 and 128 are really far apart. So as you keep going, you're trying to narrow it down. So if you like divide by 14, you get 18. Those are 4 apart. Then you need to ask yourself, what do I need more of? Negatives or positives? Well, I have four negatives. That's my B term. So which one of these has to be negative? 18. You have to have more negatives than positives. So that means that one goes there and that one goes there. And then we divide by our A term of negative, or a 4 there. So make sure to reduce there. And then move out in front. And they don't have to necessarily be in that order. So we look over here, they're not in the same order, but the same thing. Okay, hey, on our assignment here, are there any other questions that have come up? Want everyone to take a look at the back, number 15. Okay, if you haven't started 15, let's go through that one together right now. So number 15, the length of a rectangular platform is 2 feet longer than 3 times its width. The area of the platform is 56 square inches. What's the length and the width of the platform? First thing I need you to do, I need you to draw a picture of the platform. Don't worry about labeling it, just draw what it looks like. Okay, hopefully everyone drew a rectangle. Doesn't have to be as amazing as that one. That one's pretty cool looking. Okay. The length of the rectangular platform is 2 feet longer than 3 times the width. So, which measurement depends on the other? Does length depend on width, or does width depend on length? Think about this. Like if you live at your house, most of you depend upon your parents to feed you. Okay? Now, I will tell you, for some of you, that may not be the case. I tell you, around my age, that wasn't necessarily always the case. Okay? But when you're dealing with length and width here, and this statement right here, the platform is 2 feet longer than it is wide. If I told you the width, could you figure out the length? Yes. Therefore, the length depends upon the width. So my width is here. If I call that the width, what's the length going to be? Well, the length says it's 3 times its width. So our length, which is right here, is going to be 3 times the width, but it's also 2 feet longer than that. Okay, so being able to break that apart is important. The area is 56. Jonathan, how do you find the area of a rectangle? You do multiply the length by the width. So, plugging all the things we know, what's the area? 56. What's my length? Go back to here. 3W plus 2. And what's my width? Just W. Okay? So now you've got to actually go through and do the math like we've been working on in class. You've got to do the multiplication. Distribute that. Tell your neighbor what you get. 3W squared plus 2W is equal 56. If I want to solve that because it has a squared, what do I have to do? No, can't call a neighbor. You've got to set it equal to what? 0. So moving the 56 over, subtract 56. And then you go through the factoring process. A times C, B, 3 times negative 56. Anyone know that? Yeah, good job. Okay, so 2 things to multiply to make negative 168 and add to 2. Yikes. That's when you start doing your like 168 divided by 2, by 3, by 4, by 5. You figured it out yet, Jason? Yeah. Yeah? What is it? That's incorrect.
All of the above.
Lame answer. Come on. Try it. You can do it. 168 divided by what? What do we need here? Give it a go. Did you get it? What'd you get? 14 and 12. Why does it have to be negative 12? Good. Positive and negative is a negative, and you need to have more positives than negatives. Good job. Well done. Don't forget to divide by 3. Hey, remember when it equals 0, your goal is to set each part equal to 0.
Doesn't hear you out of there. Or you just flat out ignore it, right? Oh, you straight ignored what he said. You said, what's wrong? I said, go back and get it. Oh, it is.
In this case, my width is 4. So my length would have to be, it can't be negative. It can't have a negative width, so we throw that one out. So this is 3 times 4 plus 2, 4, 14. So 4 and 14. So length is 4, width is 14.